Hello YouTube and welcome back to the Nitro Addiction. Thanks everybody for joining in. Often guys in the house. What's up, brother? Big boys toys, what's up? How's everybody doing? Sorry I've been fidgeting with the computer trying to get it set up, and YouTube, I don't know what your problem is, but I can never start a video on the first try. It never starts right. I have to constantly reset it, redo it all, so it takes like 3 times. So we'll call it 3 times trash app. It's getting irritating. And as much money as they charge everybody for all this stupid shit, you would think they would have the money and the technology and the brain power to get their shit corrected. But apparently not. Freaking annoying. Fix it, YouTube. Anyways, enough of that. So, we're gonna get this here fixed up. I want to keep using this as a practice body, so I'm not tearing up my good body. So we're going to use some of this here E6000 Premium. And drywall tape. And we'll also put zip ties in there to hold it together. So anyways, how's everybody doing? Thank y'all for joining in. Sorry I can't stay long. The Nitro Princess is in soon. Hell yeah, we'll have a good time, brother. Appreciate you stopping by. Alright. Let me grab a couple other things. Texas Hill Country, what's up? Try both my phones and my GoPro. I didn't see the first message here. Oh, it's just my YouTube app on my phone causing that issue with the live streams. No, man, it's a trash app. Like I said, all the money they charge people, all the ads that they run, the billions of dollars they're bringing in, and they can't even get a simple live stream fixed. So it's like I don't know what yours does, but I always do mine in horizontal, and it's like when it goes to start it, it's like it puts it in vertical on a horizontal screen and scrunches it up, and it looks, I don't know, it's stupid. You can't watch it. So I have to exit out, delete the video, otherwise people end up in the wrong place, and then just start all over, and it's a freaking headache. I don't get it. All right. I think I'll put this on first. The scissors. Go with the X-Acto knife. If I can keep from dropping this stuff. Put one of these fancy blue towels down, just so if I leak any glue, it doesn't get on my nice pit board. See, yeah, I always do horizontal. Mine does the exact same thing. Yeah, I don't get it. It's like they've got to know that it's an issue. We can't be the only people that it happens to, but what's going on, Steve? How you doing, brother? If I switch the camera from the front to the rear, we'll usually fix the issue with the screen being all scrunched up. Oh, instead of starting over, I'll try that next. Thank you for the info. Appreciate it. What's up, Bob? How you doing, brother? Yes, sir. Hope you all are having a good evening. So as the title said, we're basically going to fix this body just to keep it together so I can keep using it for practice. And there's a couple spots on here that on the good one that I want to reinforce. Like there's some paint starting to chip off up here. I want to see if I can push it flat and like put some of the glue on it to help hold it in place. And then there might be a couple of spots that we want to reinforce. But we'll just see. I don't know for sure. Okay, can you guys see that? I'm trying to get it to where it comes in good on camera and I can see myself. But yeah, this held up pretty good back here. This is really strong glue. So if anybody's looking to fix any bodies, it's not going to keep it pretty, but it will keep it together. Like this split from here all the way to here. So, you know, this was just flopping in the wind. Good strong bond, flexible. Hoping to get the same thing here, and then we can get, you know, a few more practices out of it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the I'm trying to think of the name, the mesh, the fiberglass drywall mesh tape, whatever you want to call it, on here. Put a little glue on there to get it to hold, let it set for a minute, and then we'll kind of carve out these holes, use the zip tie to help hold it together, and then we'll cover that in glue, and that should give us a good bond. It might actually be better to zip tie it first. But I would like to have this under the zip tie. So this stuff here is clear. It stinks really bad. Probably should use it in a ventilated area, which I don't have a ventilated area, but we're gonna do our best. So I'm just gonna put enough on here to kind of hold it. And like I said, after it sets up a little bit, we'll cut out the holes, and then throw the zip ties in. I don't really want to do this over the zip ties because the zip ties, there's going to be like a huge gap. Only problem with this stuff is it doesn't set very fast. And I mean, that can be helpful, but I almost wish it would set faster so it would hold this. I don't know, this may not work. As much as I don't want to, I may have to zip tie it first. It's probably best to do one side, get this to stick, get it to set up a little bit, and then do the other side. The other side's got like a dip in it, so. I'll have to let that set up a little bit. Let's see, I use a 6000 glue tube, but just the gray tube. I thought about the gray tube, but you know, this was sitting right next to it. It was only like $1 more, and that extreme flexibility. So I was hoping maybe that there meant it was going to be a little bit better for what we're doing. You know, because if it's not real flexible, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna pop loose anyways. But I'll take your word for it. Sounds like the gray is probably all that you need. But had the same problem here where I couldn't get the tape to lay down, so there's like a big old pond of it here. But like, I don't think this is ever gonna break. It's gonna break everywhere else. I need you to get down in there and stay. And this stuff will eat the paint. As you can see, there's purple coming through here. It's picking up the some of the striping that I did. And you can see it here as well. It's probably just a waste of time doing it this way, but like I said, I didn't want this to be like a dome over the zip ties. I wanted it to bond down in there with the body. And the butt of your X-Acto knife can come in real handy as like a solid paintbrush. That cleans off real easy. But anyways, all aspects, what's up, brother? 2P's in the house. So that was just uploading a video to YouTube. No problem. So that one will work too. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't. Like I said, I took it to the track the other day after I did this, and that worked so well, it blew it out up here. So maybe a deal where, you know, you do the whole body in it, it'll be indestructible, but then of course it's going to weigh some more. But no, it seems to be pretty good so far. I don't know how long it takes this stuff to dry. I could say I didn't even really look at that. I don't know. It says let it dry for 2 minutes before mating the surfaces. 24 hours to cure. Maximum bond strength may not be reached for up to 72 hours. Cool. Helps if you read the directions. Just need to be able to get the zip ties through here. they're calling for rain this weekend, but if it doesn't rain, looks like we're gonna be racing again, so probably start stepping up into the sportsman class and just start trying to make myself faster. Let the real rookies have the rookie class. Hell, as much as I've been practicing, I should be out of the rookie class. Let's see. Either way, it'll be fun. But that's if it doesn't rain. They're calling for some rain, but being that it's Phoenix, it either won't rain or it won't rain very much. Shouldn't have any more of those monsoon floods like we did have. Those tracks were full of water. And I would say if your body doesn't completely split like this, you may not necessarily need the zip ties unless you just want them. Catch it early enough, you could probably just use the mesh and the glue. I'm trying not to pull it so tight that it just overlaps itself, which it looks like I'm already doing. There, sit just like that. That's what we want. Now when it's all said and done, we'll put a bunch of the glue around this, and then more inside of here. Come on, stay out there. There we go. I definitely wouldn't consider you a beginner or novice racer anymore. Good work, man. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Jackson, what up, bro? How you doing? All aspects. Nitro Pimps in the house. What's up? I like the hot staple method. Never done that. Looks like stitches. That's why I like it. And then glue. Yeah, one of my other bodies came, and it was more over here on the side where the cab, but had the same effect, and they had glue all around it. And it's, with all the crashing and stuff I've done with that body, it's still held up. It just breaks other places. So the zip tie mode or trick works really well. Just hoping where I have those, it's in the deep groove. Yeah, it should be fine. I want to make sure those heads weren't going to be in the way. And I don't want to get this glue all over my damn scissors either. These are good scissors, man. These work for a lot of different things. They work really well on the bodies, but they're really good on the zip ties. Since I don't have a pair of flush cuts, these are nice to get it cut nice and flush. I need to make sure it's gonna fit. Ooh, those heads are sitting right at the fuel line. Let's see if we can rotate. There we go. Get them away from the fuel line. Hard crash and it may actually puncture it. Perfect. Not in the way of anything like that. I've even used office stapler. I bet you have. Yeah, I'll have to check it out when we're done. JP. Everybody, when the show is over, go check out JP's new video. Or you can do it now if you really want. Alright. You know what, before we make that mess, trim out this. I need another small piece. Where'd that piece I just trimmed off? Yeah, not really enough. Try and get as much coverage over the split as we can. Ooh, that's perfect. Yeah, seriously, this X-Acto, the butt of this handle works great for smearing this glue around. Because if you're not careful, you just end up dragging it. But it's nice and smooth, so it works pretty good. So I like for the initial application, I like to kind of smear it and flatten it out so it presses that mesh down and gets a good tight bond. And then after you get that, then you can just put globs of it on there if need be. I mean, you probably don't want to do like, you know, a whole lot, but I want to make sure that, like, if we have a failure, it's not in our stitch job. Yeah, sometimes it just doesn't want to lay flat. You just got to keep working it. Well, the best part about it is it dries clear, so you can't really see it a whole lot anyways. No, you're good, bro. Don't leave anyone, that would be shitty. Thanks, man. No, we don't mind plugging good channels that are supportive of this channel. But yeah, guys, don't don't leave yet. But no, Jay's good people. Be sure and check it out at some point. Now we got some migrating to the top. Oh, can you guys even see? There it is. Yeah, migrating to the top. So we'll just flip that over and glue our stitches in. Let that sit up a little bit longer. If you have a failure, bro, after this, just hit it with your purse. I've still got your purse, so I'll give it a shot. Yeah, we shouldn't have a failure at this particular point, but now it's trying to run away. Just make sure everybody understands the hot pink purse is Afna's. It's his favorite color, as we all know. Right. Probably work better even if I had like smaller zip ties. These are kind of bulky, but the fact that this thing completely busted apart, I don't really care what it looks like. I just want to use it for some more practice. We still got a few more races to go. I don't know. I guess I do have that one body I painted like a month or so ago. And wasn't crazy for the way the color scheme turned out on it. I could probably use it as well, but alright. So there, that one has been doctored up and fixed. JW, what's up, brother? Buggy I was running was the engine you sent me, John, in that trade. Which one? I sent you a couple different things. Was that the? Let's see. There was a Novarasi. Oh, is that the Arrow? The one that was really tight, the one you broke it in, which, by the way, had never been ran. I think you got a Reds Alpha Orange head. Was that one that I purchased and sent straight to you? Like you got it brand new? Man, we've done so many things and it's been a while, I can't remember. I guess I kind of forgot that I did that. What a shitty friend. No, I don't remember all the details sometimes. Smoked a lot of the old pot back in the day, and my memory likes to play tricks on me. Guess one right from eBay. Yeah, I kind of remember it. It's been a while, because I know we've talked about doing the purple one that way, and we still hadn't done it. So I forgot all about that. How funny. Gonna start getting my car ready for a state race, and my last race as a novice. Are you still running? I thought you were running Sportsman, or are you talking about in your Nitro? thing I don't like about our novice races, there's never very many of us, so we have to run with other classes. And that was one of the things I told him Sunday. I was like, if you get enough people and want to do a novice race, I said, I just don't want to run with other classes. And so there was 4 of us to start, but only 3 of us finished. I did run Sportsman E Trevi. Okay, I thought so. But so that'd be in your nitro buggy that you're running novice, right? Or is that even in your electric buggy? Yes. It was a 2-part question, got a 1-part answer. Is that 2 yeses or a yes and a no? I thought for sure at one point you had said that you were running in the Sportsman. No, I don't have the e-buggy anymore. Really? When did you get rid of it? Because that's what you were running when I was there, right? Yeah, because you hadn't even got the truggy out, I don't think. I use that one for parts for the nitro. Ah, I see. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. Hell, we got JW. He went from nitro to electric, and we got him right back into nitro. Have you heard anything about how bad tariffs are now on shipping to the U.S.? So is it more to ship from Canada or to Canada? Yes, once I got the nitro put together, I retired the e-buggy. Wow. I'm surprised, man. No, that's cool. I'm glad you're enjoying the nitro. I know you were saying that like tuning wasn't one of your strong points. You getting better at tuning? Has Craig been helping you out? Entrepreneur just got a Monster King from BC, no tariffs. I still get lots of help tuning. I didn't figure you were an expert tuner just quite yet, but no, there's a lot of good people there. Um, good with tuning, good people, helpful. But that's awesome, man. I'm glad you got back into the nitro side of it. Yeah, so when that dries, that will never ever come apart. It'll break all the way across the cab and down the side before that particular part breaks. I'm learning though. That's good. I mean, it takes a minute. It it ain't gonna come overnight. It depends how you declare it. Registers a small business from Canada. Post and I get a break on shipping now. Nice. Yeah, I know every time I ship things to you, man, they no matter what I tell them, they always want to bill somebody. Freaking thieves. Just pop in and say hi. Safa says hi. Hello. Well, it's daytime there, so I hope you guys have a good day. Yeah, JW, I get lots of help with tuning as well. All these years of tuning nitros, um, bashing. You think you understand tuning, but man, you get on one of these sealed back plates and It's not as easy as what you would think. But we're really close now, and I've had multiple people help me out. It seems like I'm still a little rich, which isn't a bad thing. And as long as it don't die, I'm not gonna complain. It died on me right at the end of the first qualifying Sunday. I was like, what the hell now? But it was pretty low on fuel. I probably had about that much fuel. There we go. Sitting in the bottom of it, and it landed upside down. So I'm just thinking that the way that it was sitting, the bulb wasn't getting any fuel. Yeah, so it's gonna take a minute for this stuff to really set up. Yeah, so pretty much it's saying you gotta put it on there and let it cure up for a couple of minutes, and then start bonding it together. Which makes sense because it is kind of like I don't want to say liquidy, but it's kind of like wet, and it doesn't stick real well when you first put it on there. So it makes sense. What all needs to be done here? Man, I scrubbed this body pretty good, but scraping it up, but I'm still having paint chipping issues. Damn, I don't know if you guys can see that. So yeah, like right there. But when I just pressed it here on it, it's pretty hard. I think what I'm going to do is just pour some of this over it just to help form that bond and hold it in place so I don't lose my paint job. Yeah, so all I did was just put a good amount down there, and that'll just kind of help hold it in place. It's like something's keeping it from... I'm going all the way over to the side. We just got it sitting like that so it doesn't try to run out the hole. One thing I've noticed, so it's got this little break here. Yeah, this here. And it hits on the other side as well. It's from the mud guards. So I think to keep it from tearing things up anymore, we trim that out. You can see right here where it's right there, right here where it's been rubbing. I'll probably do this on the racing body as well, just to keep it from doing this to it. There. Yeah, so every time that the back end of the car squats down, it pushes those mud guards up. Let's see. Yeah, don't get glue all over it. Well, get in there. So yeah, every time that goes up, it wants to push into it. So now it clears it. We don't have to worry about the mud guards tearing up the body. You can see here where it rubs. Hasn't broke it yet, but it wants to. Chris Fisher, what's going on, brother? How you doing? Thanks for joining in. Don't know if I've seen you here before. If it's your first time, welcome. If not, welcome back. My motor rips. My guys know how I drive, and they tune my motor so I can continue to drive like I want and not blow my motor. Exactly. That's good. You got some guys to help you out with that. Takes a minute to really get an ear for how it's supposed to sound. And then like when you're pulling that throttle and it gets a little sluggish in the middle, then it's like, need to adjust the mid-speed screw, but don't really want to mess with it too much. Using latex gloves with that stuff and just using my fingers. Yeah, I don't have any latex gloves. Well, often says welcome back, so you must have been in here before. RCs are one of those things that doesn't matter how old we get. Try to say RCs. How old we get, we'll always probably play with them. It's a very good hobby. Oh yeah. Yeah, and unfortunately for me, I didn't really get into it until I was an adult. So I missed out on that childhood greatness. But I sure am glad I got into it as an adult because it is a blast. And if you hadn't really been following along, I'm a long-time basher. Collect a lot of Savages and other nitros. I've always had buggies and truggies, but never raced. And now that I'm racing, it's like a whole different ball game. So it's like a whole new journey. That sucks that it's chipping out so much. Man, I scrub these pretty good when I paint them. Like you can see the swirl marks in it, or you know the scuff marks from the Scotch-Brite. Yeah, I think Chris is trying to say RCs are one of those things that doesn't matter. I'm reading like our C's. Doesn't matter how old we get, we'll always probably play with them. It's a very good hobby. Yes. I mean, there's one guy that goes to the track. He's up there in age. I don't know how old he is, and I don't want to throw out accusations, but you can just tell he's an elderly gentleman. And you know, he gets his little electric. I think it's a TLR, and it looks older. I don't know, it just looks different than all the rest of them, but he just gets out there and puts around the track. I don't think he even cares what place he's in. He's just out there having fun. That dang autocorrect. Yeah, Offman guy has a hell of a time with the autocorrect. Smash that like button, Nitro. Will appreciate it. Yes, sir. Thank you much, Offman guy. We're a bunch of old guys in here. We got short-term memories and we forget. I appreciate it. And yes, I say appreciate a lot. But that's okay. Oh, phone's going crazy. Let's see. While these are drying, really those are the only major spots that I wanted to hit. We're getting a little bit of a crack there. One more little dab. We'll just put a little happy dab, as he would say. Instead of happy clouds, we're going to have a happy dab. Some of this dirt out of here. So it's just a crack. We want to get something on it so it doesn't so don't try to spread a whole lot. Yeah, so far I like this stuff. If you guys are looking for something, I mean, shoe goo works pretty good too. The silver tube of this works really well, but this, not bad at all. Real flexible, really strong bond. Just glue shit out of the way. Oh yeah, and I relocated my switch. Let me zoom out. Almost forgot we were zoomed in. So I relocated my switch down here on the side. Just put some double-sided tape on it. Works better than up here, and then I don't have like a blank. So I'll just put some electrical tape over it to keep the dirt out. My thumb's stuck. Let's see here. I'm gonna lower you guys down a little bit. There we go. Got my tools. Actually, should probably flip it over and take out the bottom screws first. So to get the diff out, we got to pull out these rear bottom screws. That'll help release that back piece. was always a fan of the Nitro Stadium trucks. Yeah, a lot of people are. I've never had anything against them. I've just never had them. Every time I was able to get me and RC, always wanted the 4-wheel drive. The only 2-wheel drive stadium truck type, or just 2-wheel drive anything. I have a Rustler and a what's that called? Is it the Invictus? It's that orange 2-wheel drive truck. God, it's been so long since I've messed with it. Oh crap, what was the name of that brand? Yeah, I think the truck is an Invictus. But anyways, the 2-wheel drives are fun, but like a 4-wheel drive buggy or truggy or a monster truck. I do like how easy it is to get to the diffs. Get out there. My drive cups are starting to get a little chunky. Not gonna do it yet, but just about time to replace these things. Looking a little gnarly. Still feels good and smooth. But we've done, well, that really big race, we did a lot of practice on these diffs. And then we've done a couple of races. So we're definitely hitting that time of needing to be freshened up. Probably the shocks too, but I need to get more shock oil. So I think I'm gonna wait until I have more shock oil to do the shocks. Oops. Corey, what's up, brother? This is where all the cool people hang out? Yep. I'd like to get associated Porsche 959 rally car. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool too. Let's see, I missed a bunch of comments here. What do we got? I say it's me. It's fun to watch. No telling what I'll say next. Yeah, sometimes trying to read what he's typing gives you a stroke, or it makes you feel like you're having a stroke. Especially he came out with a bunch of new stuff. Even RC10 gas buggy to match their gas stadium truck. Nice. Check them out. Team Associated are good vehicles. Yes, they are. Hey, how long will it be before you replace bearings and connecting rod? How many gallons you go through that engine so far? I'm on my second gallon and not even quite halfway through it. I don't know. I have to pull it apart one of these days and like check it out. A lot of people say on those Adam Drake engines, I mean, you can, a lot of people are like, they don't ever change the bearings or connecting rod, and they're on like 8 to 10 gallons. So I don't know. We'll take it apart and check it out though. Not today, but we will. Yeah, welcome back, Corey. Appreciate you, bro. It's been a minute. Still have a couple of white plastic RC10G with the gold chassis. Ooh, nice. Those are highly sought after. What's up, brother? Let's see. Brother from another mother. In the right place. I just sang my heart out on Facebook for the veterans. Great songs. Hell yeah, brother. Good job, man. Yep, thank you all to all the vets. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you guys for your sacrifices. Appreciate your service. This country wouldn't be what it is without your service. Let me get the old drill out. Yeah, it says she's about ready for some fresh oil in there. Dang it, the gasket's like halfway out. Can't get it in or out. There we go. I was gonna say without tearing it up. I don't like this. Hell yeah, once again, we can still see some of that white lithium grease on there, meaning we are not leaking through the O-rings. I like it. Yeah, definitely got some, it's got some sharp little metal spurs hanging out of there. I'm gonna have to change these out pretty soon. Well, let me put it this way. If it keeps getting worse, I'll have to change them out. Crippleman in the house. Broke my foot last week. Today's first day out of bed, walking around. Took it all for granted. Damn, bro, that sucks. How'd you break your foot, man? Sucks. Texas. Glad you're on the mend. Foot still black, but getting better. Ugh. They always hate that. Let's see. Bearing should still be good. Yeah, nice and smooth, no chunky in there. You know, I've been going through the smaller clutch bell bearings, so I had to get me a pack of these. So now I got a 10 pack of those and a 10 pack of the the bigger ones that go on the back side, like for whatever reason Losi and Techno do, but probably not the best tool for that. Fell off of an 18-wheeler. What the hell? Offloading a 20-foot electric pole. Damn. Were you working then I take it? Or just something on the side? Well, if it was at work, they're paying for it, right? So that gasket should still be good. I don't know how many times you're supposed to reuse these, but if they're not tearing and I'm not getting a bunch of leaking, I'll keep using them. Remember, we are not 20 anymore. Yes, we were putting in electric service for a new home. 200 amp. I guess maybe this is kind of a stupid question, Texas. Are you an electrician then, or just like a home remodeler, home builder? What did you do, bro? If you don't mind me asking. Yeah, she definitely ain't clear anymore. Home builder, general contractor. Okay. Hell yeah. Supposed to be drawing the homes, but I got sick of being in the office. Oh, so architect or engineer. I always think of the one doing the drawing like that would be the architect. Or are they the same thing anymore? This one here had the same result, still had some white lithium grease on it. But it does look like it's got some, like it's been doing some leaking. I don't have any more new O-rings. This is about my engineering, but I do the architecture. Oh, nice. Hell yeah, man. Learned something about you we didn't know, bro. Well, I didn't anyways. Maybe some people in here did, but not this guy. Yeah, the company I work for is so big, I'm just a number. But they're a good company. We're probably in like the top 10 in the country for electrical companies, size-wise. I think we're like, what, 4,000, 4,200 right now? Pretty good size. A lot of the old timers with this company have been here like, 20, 25, 30, even some of them like 35 years. But I've only been here for 10. Just organized maintenance on giant mining equipment. Yeah, I seen that engine you were working on that one day. That thing was as big as a house. It's like mining equipment though, isn't it? Like the big giant rock haulers and stuff. And this side's got a little bit of dirt in there. That's not good. Just make the world sound better. 240 ton, the 400 ton rock trucks. Whew, that's some big shit. And yes, often a guy makes all V8s sound better. Damn, I didn't put the lithium grease back on. I'll get in there. So we're still running 7K in the rear. It's been hooking up really well for me, so I'm just going to stick with it. I'm not good enough to be able to tell how much better one thing is from the next, but I do know that it doesn't seem like my rear is diffing out and like spinning, losing control and spinning off to the side as easily. I'm able to push a little more through the corners. So we're going to stick with it until I figure something else out. Nice fresh, full diff. Hate it when it seems like the screws don't want to start. It's so nice I could run with just a hoodie on. Oh yeah. Can't remember the last time we've had a Remembrance Day without snow here. Is that when you guys have a holiday today? Remembrance Day? Is that like your all's version of Veterans Day? I guess it might even be like a Memorial Day. We'll do that. Nice and smooth. That's so smooth. I can turn these back and forth, but the diff itself isn't actually moving. I don't know if you can see that. I guess it is a little bit, but. That's your Veterans Day. Awesome. Yeah, we had a couple companies here on the job site take the day off, like the mechanical company, so the tinners, the pipe fitters. It's all one company, but yeah, so they took the day off, and then the carpenters. I was like, oh, these guys got banker's hours. It's very rare around, down here anyways, for people in the construction industry to take off outside the big holidays. There it is. Getting low on the white lithium. Oh hell, didn't even realize the camera was pointing down. I got the diff in, got the white lithium. Got it all spread around nice and even. Yeah, so like I said, running 7,000 in the rear. Well, we got 8,000 in the center, 10,000 up front, and seemed to work out pretty good. Feels good, like I can hit the throttle and not slide around so much. So whips around the corners pretty good. I don't know, I may be saying it wrong. Maybe the diff oil doesn't necessarily have much to do with like losing control in the rear end. But the way I'm thinking about it is if it's lighter and your one side's diffing out, it'll spin, you know what I mean? Kind of kicking it around. But the thicker, run a little bit thicker and the tires, both sides are running together. Keep you in a straighter line. If I'm off on that, feel free to correct me, but seems like when I went up, I had less sliding around. That's how it felt to me anyways. Is there anyone at the track that races the new Kyosho MP11? Yeah, so if you ever watch any of the races, there's a guy that jumps in the lives a lot and says hi. His name's Peyton. He does some traveling and racing, but he's one of our really fast guys here. I'd say maybe a month ago now, he picked up the MP11, and I've seen two breaks. One of them happened right in front of me, and it was a pretty gnarly hit coming off a jump, and he landed on the front right at an angle, turned, kind of like leaning sideways, and broke the front A-arm. And then this last week, he he said he bent the caster block, and then he said the groceries fell out. So I didn't see any bearings. So I'm thinking like something broke loose, came out, and bearings fell out, whatever. I don't know for sure. But he couldn't race it this past weekend because even it was just in practice. But yeah, he broke something in the front end. So I've seen him break that car twice now in less than a month. I've been to every race that he's been to. So that's what, 4 races that I've seen him run that in, and he's broke it twice. So not saying anything's wrong with Kyosho, just saying that's what I've seen. Yeah, oh man, Kyosho and the associated buggies are built pretty light. Yeah, I mean, it's a good buggy. Handles really well. I mean, he whips it around the track like no other. But yeah, he's had a couple of breaks on it. One, like I said, was a pretty hard hit. Probably would have broke a lot of buggies. I heard the crunch as soon as it hit the ground. Yeah, it was a pretty hard hit. But I do not know what happened this last time. I was not present when it happened, so I don't know how he landed or what the deal is, but oh, get on there. But it seems like Ryan Lutz did pretty good this past weekend. He got first place in the B main, running the MP11. So I don't know if they got a couple bugs that need to be worked out, or if this guy just had fluke crashes and landed funny, or I don't know. And to be honest with you, don't see too many breaks on the track. But out of the small handful of breaks that I have seen, 2 of them have been that same MP11. But those guys are running really fast because he's always running in like the open and the intermediate, the really fast classes. I mean, them guys are running fast and really competing for a spot. So, they rub and bump, and when they go over the jumps, they give each other little pushes and they land funny, and it's war out there. But like I said, I don't know if it's just fluke or what's going on, but yeah, he's had a couple of issues with that. They're all C-Hub buggies. The Kyosho, I thought Kyosho was pillow ball. Are you talking about the ones that don't break? I mean, but even with that Mugen, like, I can't really think of anything major that I broke. Like, I broke the wing mount, but never broke any of, like, the A-arm stuff. I don't believe, but maybe I'm pretty sure there's C-Hub. Well, because even, like, I always thought that Bob was always talking about him being pillow ball, and liking Pillowball better than C-Hub, and I mean, I don't know. I don't have one in front of me to look at, but I feel like I was just looking at Payton's a couple weeks ago, and it's Pillowball. Somebody look it up and let us know. Mugen and Techno are the biggest A-arms for sure. The biggest A-arms, you mean like the thickest material? And I have seen a guy break. It was on the Truggy, so stretched out a little bit more. But I have seen the A-arm break off on one of the Technos. I ain't not saying they're perfect by any means. Yeah, and I don't think that they had it on the live media deal for that race, but one of the guys was going the wrong way, and two Truggies collided, and luckily the one guy that was going the right way, his didn't break because it was right as the race was getting ready to start. But the guy going the wrong way broke his, and I think it might have been Techno as well. But I mean, it was a head-on collision, and it was like they just kind of clipped it. Seems like usually the big breaks are when they hit each other, or coming down off of a big jump and landing wrong, or landing on like the corner. Oh, the worst thing about the Techno while you're running is the damn screws coming loose out of the shock tower. So it's like this is a stud, but the screw screws into it like a barrel nut instead of it having a stud come out like the older style. And so on that older style, you got that stud and have the lock nut on it, and it would never come loose. If you don't Loctite the shit out of these, and even then they still come loose. I check them before every race. I try to wiggle every one of them, because I've had it happen a couple times. Pain in the butt. Just looked it up. Still C-Hub car. Oh, okay. Cool. Yep, I was wrong. My 10 and 9ers C-Hub. Yeah, I was thinking those Kyosho's were Pillowball. So maybe it's X-Ray, Mugen, and is it Sportsworks? Or no, not Sports. Pretty sure is that how you pronounce it? S-Work? I don't know. I have a hard enough time keeping track of the cars that I own. Yeah, thanks for the correction. I mean, I don't know. I haven't driven enough and competed enough on the track to really be able to tell the difference and drive them. It seemed like when I was driving the Mugen, but I don't know if my setup was all that great. I didn't really start learning all the setup until I got with this car. But it seemed like it did a lot more sliding through and around the corners. And I mean, this thing here, as long as I'm not going too fast and slide, like if I get the right speed, turn that wheel, this thing just turns on a dime. very impressed with how sharply these technos turn. Try keeping 58 straight. Nope. I mess it up all the time. Nah, man, it's, when I was getting all those savages and then I wanted to start trying to make it to where they would all run, I was like, man, that gets expensive and hard to find. And I started thinking, it's like, if I just have enough set up for 3 or 4, maybe 5 of them, I can always run whatever I want. I just got to move the stuff around. I don't need to have every one of them running, as it sits on the shelf. So I was like, all right, I'm not gonna mess with trying to get them all running. I mean, it's expensive, and man, by the time you're done, you got so many parts. You could have one of them last forever with all the different parts. It was pretty cool to have them running, but I just like the fact that I've got like a lot of different engines to choose from. A lot of them that are just in perfect shape and will fire right up. A bunch of them that are still brand new that need to be broke in. And then some that have just been, running beast. I can just fire up and bash and not worry about what kind of damage that I do. To me, that's the fun part. Because years back, I had one engine, one truck. When something quit working, I wasn't running. Now, I have options. I can pretty much always run. Maybe not what I want, but I always have the option to run. So, hell, right now I've got sitting on the shelf at home, I've got at least 5 or 6 that I can just go fire up. And I've got 2 here. That's just the Savages. But like all my buggies will fire right up. Watching JQ talk about the difference between the C-Hub and the pillowball cars. Yeah, I've seen a little bit of that. I don't think I've watched. I don't think I saw it all though. Broken that way, they all need to run. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just for me. That's especially being that I work on the road. Like that's just a lot. In this way, I don't have the opportunity to wear all my engines out. I can focus on 1 or 2 and then just swap them out when it's time. I got like at least 3 of those K46, the purple ones with the silver cutout on the sides. At least 4 of those are either brand new with just a couple of tanks, or I just replaced the piston and sleeve and they need to be broken in. But what I need to do is I need to use one of my engines. It's not this high dollar engine for practice, and then try not to run this one as much so I don't wear it out as fast. I don't know about the associated cars. Makes me want to run mine now. Should talk with Todd. Made a good video on the difference and how they handle. Yeah, and I've heard people talk about it, but I've never sit down and like focused on the actual differences. I hear people say that like the pillow ball will push through the corner, and the C hub will basically just like it's this car. From what I've noticed, this car's got a lot of off power steering. So I let off the throttle, slow it down, get to that corner, turn, and I mean it just whips right around that 180. But that's just my experience with it. What it's supposed to do, not for sure. We'll head out and maybe back if you're still on later. Yeah, we probably got what, maybe 20 minutes left, 15 minutes left, something like that. Not gonna be on too much later, so have a good night, bro. If we see you again, we'll see you again. Appreciate you. Bearing's still good and smooth. This diff oil looks to be pretty light. I should put that on there a long time ago. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick and get a drink. So, what is there? 5 of you still on there? Sit tight. I'll be right back. everybody. Let's see. There's another one with still got the white lifting grease on there, so the O-ring is doing its job. Keeping the oil inside the diff. What are you guys working on tonight? Seems like we all do projects while we're watching these lives. Anybody working on anything cool? Putting on Ferrari stickers on my Tamiya factory painted Ferrari Enzo for my Kyosho V1 RRR. Hell yeah. Stickers are always fun. Now comes the nasty part. Nice thing about changing these as often as I do is it's always just like a, maybe a little bit dirty silicone as opposed to when you buy an old used Savage and it's got that grease in there and you got to clean all that gunk out. That's when it sucks working on the diffs. This is actually kind of fun. Back had to run to the store before they close. Hell yeah. Yeah, stickers are so much fun. I was being sarcastic too. Some stickers I don't mind putting on. Like throwing some decals on, or, just like named stickers or whatever on, on the body. But when you got to put the, like when you get a kit you know, or like those Savage bodies, and they got all those stickers, and they go in certain places, certain ways. That can be a shitty time. I don't remember if I put grease on this one. No, I did not. It's funny, I only remember to put grease on half the time. All right, so now we need the 10K. This one's probably just about out. We got 7:57. I know a lot of you guys are on Central Time and East Coast Time, but here it's just about 8 o'clock. Oh, and just remember, guys, you're only an hour ahead of me now. Like if you're Central Time, you're an hour instead of 2 hours, and Eastern Time, you're 2 hours instead of 3 hours, because we don't change with the time here in Arizona. So it used to be 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock start time for you guys is now 7 and 8. Freshly packed 10K front diff. He does use white lithium grease on main bearings on his race engines. Said it was good for first fire up. Well, I was watching Adam Drake a while back, and he was saying that he puts it's got that little grease ring on these cups, little ring in the shaft, and so he puts the white lithium grease there. Helps keep dirt out, and then also I don't know that it actually will keep the silicone oil in, but if it's leaking out, that'll tell you, because you'll see it in that white grease. That's why every time I pull it out and look at it, I say, hey, there's still grease on there, so we know that the O-ring's doing its job. It's kind of a dead giveaway. But if it actually does anything that's like good, I don't really know. I don't know. I mean, I use it for the ring gears, so it can't hurt just being on that shaft, but we're creating a hell of a mess. I need to get another tube of it. This one's almost out. Man, these are a pain in the butt to get back in there. Come on. There you go. Cool. Oh, you guys can't even see what the hell I'm doing. There we go. Oh, these sway bars make it a pain in the butt. I'll put these in first. I can see that working really well. NITRO works like a barrier. Yeah, for the most part. It's not in there to lube anything up, but it does work as a barrier. And then, if there's a little bit of grease in that groove and oil, the silicone oil does start to leak down. Like you said, works like a barrier, may help keep everything in place just long enough to get through your race. But as often as I freshen them up, change them out, don't really get a chance to do too much leaking, but I figure if somebody like Adam Drake's throwing it out there as a tip, can't go wrong. Hell yeah, I want to say thanks to everybody for all the likes. If you've just forgotten to, please hit that button. Makes us feel good. Even though it probably doesn't really do much. Still makes us feel good. Let's see. Front bumper. So I'm looking at all these screws I got sitting here. Even forgot to put the back bottom screws back in. Skid plate's almost gone. Thing's paper thin. Anywho, hook up these sway bars. Come on, get in place. Just a dab of the Loctite. All these tiny screws falling out. All right, front and rear diff are swapped out, or I guess I should say clean, fresh rebuild. Ready for the track. Later on this week, I'll probably do the center. I may not do the center, I don't know. Just get it cleaned up, ready for another race week. And we will see you guys next week. I'm not going to do a show tomorrow. It seems like everybody's found different things in their schedule to do. Nobody really shows up anymore, so we're not going to do Wednesdays. Unless by popular demand, people want it, but I don't know. Just seems like everybody's schedules have changed since I had to take all that time off and work all that overtime, so just not going to mess with it until we get the crowd back. But spread the word, let them know we're back, we're having fun, we're racing, going on an adventure. So hope you guys enjoy. We'll get back into bashing at some point, but for right now, we're just going to keep enjoying the race adventure. So thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate you. Have yourselves a good night. And like always, much love and peace.